Hello, everybody. This is Francisco FGOJR and his buddy Dampfrijoles Andrew.
Good evening, everyone. Well, evening where we are on the East Coast of the United States.
So yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Wherever you are in the world, thank you for tuning in.
So, yeah, it's been a while since the last time we've actually probably been like 10 days now.
At least.
Or, yeah, probably that. Since we last did impromptu podcast. So things have happened in the world of sports, but things have happened in the world of the stream. It's an improved overlay. There's Mikey, and we actually can see Mikey's comments now. Okay, Mikey's on. He's saying what's up. Okay, so now people can know who Mikey is and become friends with him and marry him and have his children. So, you know, Mikey, just get ready. Move to Utah and you'll be fine.
We may have lost Mikey with that intro there, so...
Now we're on several different platforms, not just YouTube and Twitch, and a bunch of things I've never heard of, but I signed up for them anyways, and surprisingly, we got an audience the last time. We got an audience in Taiwan the last time that we streamed, so...
We can officially say that we are global streamers, which is pretty cool.
Do I gotta convert to Mormonism first? Well, we all know the story of Joseph Smith, so thanks to South Park. So, I'm sure it's pretty easy. But no, we're not. We're not about that life, okay? Mormonism is okay in this country, all right? So, anyways, we'll get away from that.
It's a bit of a touchy subject there.
It is very touchy. So yeah, we're on. We're in Japan now. I can tell you that we're in Japan. We are in Taiwan. We are in Eastern Europe. So we're in Eastern Europe, and I know we're in Latin America. So, and YouTube and Twitch are worldwide as well. So,
if there are actually people watching us now in Latin America, we may have to do a Spanish segment.
Sí, bienvenidos a todos. Soy Francisco Porta, soy FGOGR, y mi compañero Andrew Mojado Beans. I completely translated your screen name the other way now. Mojado Beans. Actually might be better than Dampfrijoles.
I might do that on like opposite day or something.
So I know we're just goofing off for now, but we don't have to play anything right. There's a lot of sports going on today. Touchdown.
BC. I hope so.
I would hope so too, because we're actually keeping a close eye on the we're actually keeping a real close eye on the Boston College-Miami game, because we are in Miami. We're not the craziest of Florida men, if you've seen the news, but but we won't touch that subject either for now. Miami, though, might have a little trouble up there. I think they're up there in Boston.
Maybe I'll have to check.
Speaking of that, okay, that was not planned at all. Okay?
Seriously,
that's the demo of the Dreamcast game that we have up here. NCAA College Football 2K2 Road to the Rose Bowl, featuring future Hall of Famer now Drew Brees.
Well, he's been a future Hall of Famer for the past decade.
Well, once he won that Super Bowl, he pretty much was.
It's nothing new.
Yeah, but at this point, he's in that pantheon of top 10 quarterbacks.
You could argue he's the best quarterback of all time, potentially. And we say featuring because he's on the cover, as you might see right there. And he went to Purdue. Congratulations, Purdue, on
Boilermakers. Yeah, they had their
huge upset.
Yeah, exactly. Which made a ton of people happy, because the Ohio State has to shut up now.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously took one spot from UCF, and but one day you guys will be recognized.
We'll see
once the nuclear fallout clears up.
So before we get started here, I'm just going to go through, see what's going on in the world of sports.
Football.
Let's see, college football.
And Ohio State College now. Mikey.
And Ohio State.
Honestly, Mikey's real funny. Comes with the jabs.
Let's see. Wow.
What?
Boston colleges, they mean business. They
smell blood.
They're... Aw, man, they only got a field goal.
But regardless...
Yeah, it's 17-7 now. La Tech is now ahead of your FAU.
Are you kidding me?
Francisco here has gone to probably every single college in the state of Florida, and I'm only slightly exaggerating. He went to FSU undergrad, FAU masters, and then FIU law school. So he's only missing a few schools.
Oh yeah, baby.
I bet we could somehow, if we got a couple more people in here, we could get all the FBS schools in Florida together.
Yeah, honestly, we could.
Doug is completely useless.
No, Doug, and I actually have to cover Doug too, because even though he's not here with us, he's still part of this podcast because I love reading the comments that we do during Miami Dolphins games, because he and I both suffer equally when it comes to that. Let me read this off while I still have it on my brain. So yesterday, the Miami Dolphins dolphined throughout the game. Well, not throughout the game. They at the beginning of the game, and then after halftime, they were not so dolphiny, but then they completely dolphined it up.
Mm-hmm.
And dolphin is now a verb here in Miami. Okay, it just means completely incompetent and just no hope whatsoever. So let me actually. What schools are we playing as? Oh no! Let me finish this. Gosh, I'm distracting myself already. So I watched the entire game.
I only watched part of it.
Yeah, no, you are a very smart man for doing that. So Doug's first text to me at 8:34, which is probably maybe 2 minutes into the game.
Okay.
Doug's first text to me is, of course the Dolphins called the worst play on 4th and 1. And then they got their touchdown. And then immediately the defense for the Dolphins completely collapsed. And I texted him that the defense is butter. Doug texted me back, past couple of weeks have been bad for the defense. And then the Dolphins gave up another touchdown. I was like, yes, that's the Dolphins I know. And our defense is still on the plane, comments Doug. And then I commented, we need the GOAT back here, Matt Moore. And then it was halftime right there. And Doug stopped texting me after that. I kept texting him. I put, this halftime show has nothing to do with football because Michael Strahan was interviewing Jonah Hill about his skateboarding movie for some reason. Jonah Hill looked like he neither knew what a football was nor who Michael Strahan is. But I don't know, maybe Fox produced it, so they got to plug it. And then I commented later on because Danny Amendola threw a touchdown during a Wildcat play, and I put Amendola as our new starting quarterback. To which Doug did not text me back. But then today, Doug texted me back, dude, once I saw the Dolphins dolphining, I just went to bed. And then I finally ended it as 21-17 was when they went full dolphin. So, yeah. So that's our comments during Miami Dolphins games. Very interesting and very fun, as always. So I do thank the Dolphins for that. They kind of get me. They get me and Doug going. Makes me laugh. So what other things are going on in sports? Game 3 of the World Series.
That should be starting momentarily.
Between the Red Sox and the Dodgers, the Red Sox are just gonna win it.
How do you? What's this word? How do you say sock in Spanish?
Sock. Medias.
Sure. So how would you?
Medias Rojas.
Medias Rojas.
Yeah, it's already there's already a translation because for some reason the baseball teams are translated into from English to Spanish. X and A to switch teams. Turn it on. Yeah. There you go. So, did they get it right that time?
We were independent at the time.
Yeah, look at that.
We were independent up until this season. Well, the 2002 season.
I will play as Louisiana Tech. Maybe my horrendous play will allow the Owls to win. You gonna play UCF?
I don't know.
Or is that too predictable for you?
Oh yeah, UConn was independent at one point.
Yeah.
Navy, Notre Dame,
USF too.
USF, and yes, that was their old logo.
I like that logo.
Troy State, now just known as Troy.
Okay.
Utah State.
So yeah, I think the Red Sox are going to win it.
I agree.
It does not seem like the Dodgers have an answer for them. I'm hoping that because the first game was 8-4, the second game was 4-2, right?
I think so.
So I'm hoping
2-1.
Today will be 2-1, and then the game 4 will be 1-0. Okay, I hope that would be so fun to see. That would be really fun to see. I wanted the Dodgers to win because they're the least terrible of the two choices for me. Oh well. But universe.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay. Football.
What the hell? I'll go with Hawaii.
So we were talking before about eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Can't remember if they were the Warriors then or the Rainbow Warriors. Kick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's turn this. Maybe, I'm not sure. Bring it closer. Oops, that didn't do anything. Okay, technical difficulties. Shoot, sin ladders. Wait, sorry. I think I froze it.
Thanks.
2001 Hawaii was the Warriors, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mikey. Yeah, they were the Warriors back then. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, so what was it? I mean, there's a lot of college football games on Friday now, man.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do you have a reason? Do you know why?
I don't know. Maybe you know, Mikey.
Was it just the schedule makers trying to get another day of football in us? I mean, Friday's usually reserved for high school. You know, but I'm not a high school football guy. I mean, my school won state for their division.
Which is your school?
Palm Beach Gardens High School. They won in 2005-06, let's say.
The actual school that I attended high school at, I could technically, the word to describe their play, unfortunately, is, well, there you go. My Celebration High School Storm are now losing 33-14. How convenient.
Is Palm Beach Gardens playing? I don't know. Not that I care, but...
So that was my actual alma mater, but my adopted one, in a way, is Jinx High School out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because I was born there and both my sisters graduated from there. And they are a good team.
I would assume that they are a good team. What was it? What else? Yeah, there's a bunch of college football games on Friday now. The Lightning are manhandling the Golden Knights. Your Golden Knights and your Lightning. You're wearing a Lightning hat right now, actually.
Yeah. That was intentional. I try to wear this hat whenever the Bolts are playing.
And the Panthers, they actually won. They play tomorrow against the New Jersey Devils. Hopefully they'll win. They've been...
They've actually been having a somewhat decent season, I think. Especially without Luongo.
They had, until they lost to the New York Rangers, every game that they had played was a one-goal game, whether they won or lost. Mm-hmm. Which, I think, no, they only won one game, but so every game that they lost was by one goal. And then they got their butts handed to them by the New York Rangers. And then on the second night of back-to-back, it looked like they were going to lose against the Islanders, who I do not like at this point because of the fact that we lost in 2016 and Trocheck was tripped. Which I said I would get over, but maybe I won't get over it. We lost, but we were losing like 2-0 heading into the third. Then the Panthers, by some miracle, got it together and scored 2 in the third, and then proceeded to win in overtime with a nice one-timer from Mike Hoffman to seal the deal. So on the second night of back-to-back, you would think they would have lost the game, and at 2-0 they were just out of gas, but nope. They somehow pulled it together, and Alexander Barkov is becoming the superstar that we had hoped for forever.
Right.
He really is. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. He is.
He's always been good.
No, he's always been good, but now it's. I think now that they made him captain of the team, I think he gets it now. I think he gets that.
He's the man.
He's the man. He has to take over games. He has to be the leader in the locker room.
I feel like there should be a Ric Flair reference in there. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo!
And so yeah, the Heat are 2-2. So their season's going to be basically this. It's going to be back and forth. Some games that we thought they would win, they're going to lose. And some games that we thought they were going to lose, they're going to win. It's just going to be the way it is.
Do you think they'll end up going 41-41?
I mean, 41-41 will probably get them into the playoffs anyways.
That's true.
You know, in the Eastern Conference now, but the real question is whether the
yes, start. There we go.
We'll come back. The real question is whether the Magic are going to make the playoffs. Because, you know, at some point, right? You would think. In the league where more than half the teams make it. Which, you know, as a Panthers fan, I get the feeling, but, you know, okay. Now we can put our controllers. Alright, so... This is so weird.
Keeping an eye on the La Tech and the
FAU game.
The FAU game and the Minnesota game.
So we're playing at, was it Aloha Stadium, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny that that's actually their baseball stadium, too.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe they have sense.
Wow, if that's true, then I may end up using that on Reddit CFB trivia at some point.
Because it actually does convert to a baseball stadium. Not terribly good, but it does convert into a baseball stadium.
It's kind of like how the Metrodome...
Yeah, I guess you would probably consider it to be more like when Mile High was the home of the Rockies.
How do I know the buttons to throw? This is going to be...
I don't know. What play did you have?
It was a passing play.
Are you sure? Because usually you drop back and then it'll have the options right there. There you go. Got him.
Maybe it was a running play.
There you go.
Mikey, you still with us?
I mean, he made the Warriors comment.
That was a while ago.
I might have to reload this thing to see if he has commented elsewhere. More stuff.
Well, I have the live. I have the actual chat pop up.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, perfect.
Huh, I didn't know you could do false starts in this game.
You ready? Get him. Got him. Alrighty. Doing a little work, so I'm a bit distracted, but I should be done soon. No worries, man. You're alright.
We just wanted to make sure that we didn't lose our only viewer.
Just making sure you're still alive, dude.
I think you are our only viewer, basically.
I don't know. Maybe someone from Taiwan will write something there. If they understand what the heck we're saying. Got him.
What down is it? Can't tell.
Oh, no. I'm on offense.
Oh, man.
The downs are on the bottom left. The bottom right are the timeouts.
I was not paying attention. This is going to be an amazingly played game. Oh, wow. Minnesota. Oh, fumble. Wow. They may have actually...
The Gophers?
Yep. Golden Gophers.
Yeah, they have golden in their name.
Yep. As a matter of fact, this is a special edition jersey that they're going with tonight. They have Golden Gophers on the back of them.
Okay. What does that signify?
Well, usually it's their names on the back.
Oh, so it's like a team spirit, whatever.
Something like that.
And I got it right. Was I just out of bounds? Oh, come on. Okay.
I'll take it.
3rd and 10.
I will take it.
Minnesota's playing right now?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
It's 3-0 Indiana with them right now. Playing in the beautiful Minneapolis at TCF Bank.
Oh, there we go. Touchdown.
They are on the
Wait, I was supposed to be playing bad for Louisiana Tech.
They're on the 1-yard line and touchdown Golden Gophers.
I think I'll do a lot better than when I was San Jose State. That was just bad. I literally destroyed an institution. Yeah, that's.
So far, we've not had any complaints from Spartan fans, so we'll take that as a win.
They're probably just really happy with the Warriors and the Sharks. So
That's true.
what can they complain about? Alrighty, football. There we go. And let's. Oh yeah, the Dolphins tried to do an onside kick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
But that failed miserably.
Yeah, that was not even close.
I don't even know why they did it. I don't even know what was the reason. Like honestly, like there was no reason to do it. You weren't gonna fool anyone. I mean, they weren't that desperate to get the ball back. It wasn't like it was at the end of the game and they were like down to score.
Right.
They were probably down like a couple of scores by that point. It's 3-2. Lightning. The
Damn
Knights are. I thought your heart was torn with this game because it's the Knights and.
Oh no.
No,
I like me some Golden Knights, but
not that much.
that's.
Oh, nice.
That's only if they're playing anybody else.
The Brooklyn Nets are facing the New Orleans Pelicans, 16-14 in the first. The Pelicans probably won't keep Anthony Davis after what David Stern said about their GM. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
So, David Stern has been retired for a while now from the NBA.
Right.
As the commissioner. And...
Sorry, I just want to make sure I know how to play this thing.
Yeah. And so he's been quiet since his retirement. Like, he hasn't really come out much. He hasn't really had much to say. But he had something to say about the New Orleans Pelicans general manager. I don't even know what his name is. Basically saying how he sucks. And because he was actually the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers when the Lakers tried to pull off the Chris Paul trade. Okay.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So when the Hornets were trying to unload Chris Paul and the Lakers tried to get him, David Stern vetoed that trade, and then Chris Paul ends up in LA anyways, but with the Clippers. So I think there's just some bad blood between the two. The Pelicans even came out with a statement saying, like, we're behind our guy. Press start.
Oh, sorry, folks.
We're behind our guy, and it's unfortunate the comments of the commissioner, which obviously they're gonna do, but. That's pretty telling that the commissioner kind of just came out and said that out of nowhere. And the Pelicans are one of those. I was looking. Well, one of those franchises where they just they have a superstar finally, but well, not finally. They had Chris Paul before, but well, I don't even know what to call that. Their history's weird because they're the Hornets and the Pelicans at the same time, and the Hornets are the Bobcats and the Hornets at the same time. So it's all weird.
Mm-hmm.
But not exactly the most successful of franchises. And they're a small market team. So I think Anthony Davis... defensive... come on. Anthony Davis will probably just do what most superstars are doing and just leave them. I know the NBA changed their CBA so that they can give these supermax contracts, but I don't know. I don't know if he'll stick around. If it's like the same thing with JT Realmuto with the Marlins. Like,
Do you think he's gonna leave?
yeah, he's 28 years old. Okay, so he's like in dead set in the middle of his prime.
That's a bummer, though.
He's the best catcher in baseball right now.
It's a bummer he's not going to stick around to see the relocation of the home run sculpture.
I mean, he could stick around going into next season, but it's probably best if you can't sign him, if they can't get an extension for him, they got to trade him.
Yeah.
And not just trade him for what they got Stanton for, or what they got Yelich for, or what they got for Ozuna, or like no, they need to really take in a haul, because that is an elite catcher, which is pretty rare in Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you've seen what elite, and you're a catcher. You are a catcher's fan. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and Real Muto can be.
Oh,
man,
nice.
you're just moving the chains. Real Muto is basically one of those guys who can be, look at Yadi Molina in St. Louis. Look at Buster Posey in San Francisco.
Right.
Okay, look at all these great teams. They've always had a solid catcher to anchor them.
Right.
The Yankees, Jorge Posada, of course Johnny Bench, just Yogi Berra, just catcher after catcher.
I hope your laptop doesn't melt either, Mikey. That would not be good.
Yeah, this laptop might melt. I've been saving up for that gaming PC though. I am. I'm actually legitimately looking and reviewing and seeing whether it's better to build one or to just buy one already pre-built. I might be leaning towards that because at some point I may just be like, screw it, I'll get everything pre-built, and then from there you can just and you made it.
Woo! All right, so we're tied up here with 1:58 left in the first quarter.
From there you can just customize your
Ooh, ball's out.
What game are you watching?
Minnesota.
Oh, okay. The Milwaukee Bucks are facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Wolves are surprisingly getting along with Jimmy Butler for now. For now. I think he's going to be a good sport about it. Relatively so.
Mm-hmm.
Until the trade deadline. But I know the owner of the Wolves wants to trade Jimmy Butler. Like, Tom Thibodeau has to trade him. Like, at some point this season. They can't let him walk for nothing.
Right.
Okay? The Magic knew that when, some paid for it when they didn't do it for Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in time for Dwight Howard, even though nothing has come of it since then. And the Wolves have to do it now. But surprisingly, they're not in as much of a rush anymore. And it's kind of like what I was saying the last time we were talking about this, that
What the hell?
Oh. You were
In every game I've ever played, X is the tackle button.
It's like you're trying to give the guy a high five as passing by.
In every game I've ever played, in every college, every football game for that matter,
Yeah.
it is always X to tackle.
Sega and 2K do things a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty, I'm all set up.
It's crying, but chugging along all right.
Darn it. Alright, so what else is going on? The Golden State Warriors are facing the Knicks out in Madison Square Garden. They're up by 10 points, and they will likely win that game. The Los Angeles Clippers are in Houston to face the Rockets. The Rockets, probably the heavy favorites there, but it's 18-18 right now.
Ooh.
Out in Houston, who I'm pretty darn sure they thought they'd be watching Game 3 of the World Series themselves. Oh, no! Get that!
Go!
Ah.
Go, number 45! Go! Go! Yeah!
Alrighty.
All right. Fumble recovery by number 45. I'm going to have to look him up later.
Yeah, look them up now if you want. The Dallas Mavericks are out in Toronto facing the Raptors. I was going to say the Maple Leafs. Toronto's actually having some fun times with the Raptors and Leafs right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're both in first place. You know? They both have superstars on their teams. Kawhi Leonard, Austin Matthews, and Jonathan Tavares. The Hornets are spanking the Bulls right now, 84-67, out in Charlotte.
Yikes.
The Winnipeg Jets are losing 1-0 after the first to the Red Wings. So they got to get their act together. I think this is their last game before they fly out to Finland because they're going to face the Panthers out in Finland.
They're doing regular season games
Yeah.
overseas now?
Yeah. Edmonton and... I forgot who else. Edmonton and... Who was it? Edmonton and... Just got that.
It's a little bit closer than I
Edmonton
wanted.
and... Gosh, who was the other team they faced? I forgot who it was. But they already played out in Sweden, I think. So yeah, the NHL's doing some games out overseas.
That's cool.
So...
Spread the good word.
No, it's great, especially for the Panthers. They need as many fans as they can get. And it's a good thing. No, the reason they scheduled the Jets, and it's 2 games back to back. Well, not back, maybe not back to back, but 1 and 1. Home and home. Okay, but they're both playing. So the Panthers are actually playing 40 home games at BB&T this season.
And 2 overseas? Oh, 1 overseas.
1 overseas. The Jets are also playing just 40 home games.
Gotcha.
But Patrick Laine and Alexander Barkov are both Finnish. So that's the reason they scheduled them.
That's smart.
Yeah. The San Jose Sharks are up 2-0 on the Hurricanes after the first.
Would have been smart if the NHL had done that back when Teemu Salami was playing.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean... Oof.
Oh, so why is how you tackle. Okay.
And Boston College is still up 17-14.
Any updates on
Doug's...
the World Series?
Oh, I thought it was Doug's soul. If he's not having a heart attack right now. 'Cause I know he's watching this game. Alrighty.
Aerial tackle.
It's still 0-0 after the
Big
first.
play by FAU. Huge play.
What happened?
They're now just outside of... They're on the 12-yard line.
Yeah. But what's the score?
Well, it's 14-10 in favor of La Tech, but FAU is now within the 5.
Where's this game played? In Boca?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Good?
Yeah, I'm at home. Hey, go Owls.
Whoa.
You pressed A. Thank you.
I pressed B that time.
Oh, well, I guess B does that too.
I'm just trying to learn how to move to switch players. There we go.
Okay. You know what rule I don't like in football?
What's that?
The ineligible receiver rule.
I have to disagree with you on that one.
Why? I like the fact that each player could catch the ball and move it. I don't know.
Well, think about it. Again with that.
Thank you. But I'm obviously a proponent of total chaos. Okay, explain your reasoning why we should keep this rule.
Well, I'll do it after this play.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
It'll prevent players from going off the field and avoid getting tackled, hide among, and then just come out of nowhere.
Well, no, I mean, I'm talking about like one of the linemen being like a receiver or something like that, you know?
Oh, ineligible receiver.
Like that.
Sorry, my bad. For some reason, I thought you were talking about illegal touching.
No.
That's the one I was talking about. Ineligible
Man,
receiver.
Your defense is right on top of me.
I think FAU just scored.
Yeah. Go Owls.
No, he was close. He was short. But it is... They're going to go for the field goal. Play it safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how much time is in that game?
Are
Are they in the second period or second quarter? I pause it. Don't worry.
How are you supposed to See, that's my point, Mikey. How are you supposed to defend 10 receivers without the rule?
I mean, they're also blocking the quarterback at the same time, you know. But what if one of them gets away because one of the defensive linemen like trips and falls, and the other one's like, oh, you know? I think that would be fun to see, just to see these gigantic offensive linemen just moving the chains. Okay, can you imagine trying to tackle them if you're one of those safeties out there? It's just, I don't know. I think it would be fun. Maybe I should pitch it to Vince McMahon. Okay, he could
For
do
the
it.
XFL?
Yeah, for the new XFL, he could do it in that. I should pitch that to him. Every person on the field is eligible.
Well, you know, if they end up doing that, it'll eventually make its way over to the NFL. I mean, if you think about it,
or the All-American Football Conference of America, whatever they call it. That one new league that they're making.
The Alliance of American Football.
There you go. The All-American Football Conference is college football. Sorry.
The only reason I know that is because they have a franchise coming to Orlando.
Yay! Go Predators. I don't know.
Apollos.
Oh, okay. Apollo Creeds.
All right, I'm game.
Go. Ooh, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Pass blocking means the O-line drops back to protect the QB. It would completely change the nature of pass blocking versus run blocking. And I know, Mikey, I know it would completely change the game. But I'm just saying, it would be a much more fun way of seeing the game.
It'd certainly be chaotic.
Although, maybe the NFL would try and get rid of these gigantic dudes, you know? Because, like, okay, well, you know, what if they have a speedster who could just... I don't know. I just think I'm just a proponent of chaos in the NFL. I know they're trying to make the game safer, but... Actually, that could make the game safer in some sense, you know? You have an offensive lineman that... I don't know. Just trying to find a way the Dolphins can win the Super Bowl. like freaking Professor Wasserman before the Cubs won the World Series.
One of our law professors is a diehard...
I would feel the QB would just get murdered more often.
Chicago fan.
Mikey. Professor Wasserman, he's a Chicago Cubs fan. And so I remember interception. Oh, see. I remember he had that like that symposium or whatever it was, that little meeting or whatever, that presentation that he had.
He wrote a paper. I think he wrote it, or maybe someone else did. But he wrote a paper on the parallels between the law and the infield fly rule.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, for reals.
And he did a whole seminar on it.
Oh. Yeah, he did a whole seminar on it. And so I think I'd be that. I'd just be like trying to find a way to get the Dolphins to just get to the Super Bowl. I don't even care if they win it. Just get there. Just, you know, just get there and get your butts handed to you, and then you know.
When was the last time the Dolphins went to the Super Bowl?
1983 or 4. It was they faced the 49ers. It was the 49ers. It was Dan Marino versus Joe Montana at Stanford Stadium in California. And they got their butts handed to them. And I'm getting my butt handed to me. in Stanford Stadium, California. And then they've never made it to the Super Bowl since. The closest they got was the 92 AFC Championship game. And
they lost, I presume.
Dolphins got to bring back their Wildcat cheese, as Mikey said. Honestly, I would prefer... I mean, I liked when Amendola threw that touchdown. I was like, yes. That at least is interesting to me, because there are points of a Dolphins game that are just boring. Like they're not exciting. They, you know, and the whole spiel. Did you see that play where that went off the helmet?
Yes.
That I don't know what NFL Blitz-esque type of play. We gotta play that at some point too.
Ooh, I love me some NFL Blitz.
Yeah, we gotta find the Nintendo 64 version or something and just play it. Get him! Thank you. I don't even know what you guys were trying to do there, but okay, so no ineligible receiver rule removal. According to Andrew, just he's
and Mikey.
He's and Mikey, the commissioner and the vice commissioner, just no.
I mean, it would be funny if that happened. It's just logistically there would be an entire breakdown of the system.
I mean, it can't be any worse than the replacement refs that they had. I think people would be, I don't know, or
okay, you got me there. You got me there. That's a pretty good argument there.
You know, the Mark Wahlberg movie, you know, about the NFL player strike. Can't be any worse than that. They had a bunch of amateurs play.
Mm-hmm. Every play would be an RPO.
Yes.
Do you know what RPO is?
Well, no. Actually, what is it? I think
run pass option.
Yes.
It's the acronym that everybody uses, but very few people actually know
what it means.
And the commentators never explain it.
Okay. Speaking of commentators, so yeah, I was watching the game yesterday, and I was following people on Twitter. We ever talk about this? Do you like Joe Buck?
I do. Well, there are much better commentators than him.
Exactly.
But I don't think he deserves all the internet hate he gets. And this is going to be extremely controversial.
Controversial.
I don't see what all the hate is about Nickelback.
Okay. I mean, I'm not a music guy, so I honestly don't know either.
I mean, I think it's reached a point where the hatred is just to be a part of a crowd,
it's
almost.
A
meme.
Yeah.
I truly do not believe there are so many people that truly despise
Nickelback.
If you look, Mikey just told you what RPO is, if you care.
Half the run... Oh, let me pause it. Half the line run block, half the line pass blocks. QB first does a read option. Okay. If he keeps it, he then looks to see if a pass is recoverable. Okay. So he just did the job that hundreds of broadcasters have not.
Exactly.
Okay. Wow. I've learned something about football. Honestly, I don't really know much about football.
Neither did I, but then...
Get it? Oh, get it? Oh, I thought it was still a play.
But then my friend who became a huge fan of college football, and he showed me the ropes.
Mm-hmm. I became a football fan around like 6th or 7th grade. Something like that.
It toes the ineligible receiver rule because half the line that's run blocking goes too far as a penalty. Half the time it's never called anyway, though.
Because, okay. Okay. Yeah. But still. Vince McMahon, if you're watching this, I don't know why you would, but if you are watching this, you know, just give it a nice...
Give it a thought.
Give it a thought. Just think over it over dinner. So yeah, I was watching this Sports Goofs podcast while I was planning the next WrestleMania, and I think I might do this new rule. Everybody's a receiver. Everybody's eligible. Yeah. Okay.
That was a good return. I'm
really
impressed.
good return. Yeah. Alrighty. So,
one player or coach compared RPOs to communism.
No explanation, though. Okay. Damn commies. They're RPOs.
Wow, that's...
Are you... Maybe it was Lou Holtz.
I would love to know who said that.
Probably is Lou Holtz. I could see him saying that. There we go.
That was almost a terrible idea.
Alright, so I don't know if I hate Joe Buck. I don't know. Actually, it's not that I'm becoming part of the meme crowd. Is that I kind of am seeing the criticisms, and you are just gone. I am seeing the criticisms of his stuff.
Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald called RPOs the purest form of communism.
Okay. Well then, alrighty.
So you were saying about Joe Buck.
So I kind of see the criticism. Like I didn't really pay much attention to it until like people started actually vocalizing their because you know, I guess that's at a certain point in my sports fandom, I started actually like listening to the different styles of different broadcasters from all over the place. Like I remember like the Atlanta Braves had like some of the most boring guys in the world broadcasting because I think like I just could not stand them. After TBS stopped airing their games every single day,
Right.
And they just had their local channel, I'd listen to a Braves game when I was living in Tallahassee, actually, because for some reason we were in the blackout zone for the Braves. Okay, so I couldn't, because I had MLB.TV to watch the Marlins, because we were in technically Rays and we were in Braves territory, and I don't know, it was something weird, which honestly Major League Baseball needs to get rid of. The blackout stuff, but that's something else. Finish my thought. And just I listened to the Rays broadcasters for that game against the Marlins, and I'm just like, I'm falling asleep. They were just like, there was no, it wasn't even like one of those, like in blowouts where they just have to find a way to talk about something.
Right.
And they're like, it wasn't one of those. It was just like,
And I agree with Mikey here. Joe Buck used to be a terrible commentator. He's much better now. I do agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, he does get pretty monotone at times when he shouldn't be.
That's one of the biggest criticisms, is that he's like, for like moments that are, you would think are exciting and should have some sort of outburst of something. He kind of calls it like he just saw a snail race or something. I don't know. Like, and the Boston Red Sox have won the World Series.
Yeah, that call was very underwhelming considering what had just happened. But compared to his 2013 call, which was the first time the Red Sox had won at home in, I think he said 96 years?
Yeah, something like that.
That was a much better...
Yeah, better than that one.
He has gotten a lot better. Would I say that he's in the pantheon of the top commentators of all time? Probably not. That's reserved for the David Tyree catch. Exactly. If that was like, I don't know, Matt Vasgersian, that was a good call. The Minneapolis Miracle.
Okay, yeah.
I think in a way, whoops.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I think he got in initially to the field because his dad is one of the all-time greats.
Right.
Jack Buck. But I think he's grown and now he's able to really hold his own. I mean, it's tough to say. I don't think he's ever going to be really in that, I use the term pantheon, because there are some commentators who are just iconic and they always will be. The Vin Scullys, the Jack Bucks.
I think people, because he calls so many national games now. Like, I remember where he never used to call football games.
Right.
It was just, he was actually the actual main play-by-play guy for the Cardinals.
Which his dad was.
Yeah, but his dad was on radio, right?
Right, but same team.
Yeah, but yes, still same team. And then he would work the postseason for Fox.
Right.
And then sometime around like 2004 or something like, I don't know, around that time, he started calling football games. So especially probably after he began to start calling football games, was when he started receiving some of the criticisms and stuff. The Randy Moss mooning, which honestly he overreacted to that.
Yeah.
Like honestly, he didn't even pull his pants down. He was just making the motion. Okay, nobody's ever done the. There's a lot of hand gestures that people would do to Joe Buck, but nobody's ever done them to him before. He's never seen things like that. I mean, it was like the first time he ever saw somebody do something like that.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. So, but I think my biggest criticism is probably just the fact that there are moments where he just doesn't. He doesn't, I don't know, he just doesn't call it the way you would feel it, okay? If you were in that moment. Yeah, the Minnesota Miracle, things like that, just plays that are...
That didn't work.
I mean, what was it? There was that one play where the guy was, like, basically running the ball completely downfield, like an 80-yard... return or something, and I think what was it? He was like Morris or something like that. Morris, touchdown.
I think
like,
that was.
You would think that would be more exciting.
That was the. I'm pretty sure that was the Miracle in the Meadowlands too.
But still, you would think he had something like, oh my goodness. He keeps going, and he's gonna get there. Touchdown! I don't know.
I agree.
I like the Buffalo Sabres radio guy, by the way.
Rick Jenneret, I think it's pronounced.
His calls are. It looks like his voice is going out or it sounds like, not looks like. It sounds like his voice is going out every time. And the Buffalo Sabres! Oh my God, they won the game! Like, he is so excited when they win. Even though they're horrible the last few years, maybe this might be the season, but who knows?
But more than that, he comes up with these great catchphrases. Like there was a time when Rob, or I think it was Brad May, scored a game-winning goal. So, in overtime, no less. And after the goal was scored, he said, "Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!"
Yeah, it's one of the more iconic calls in NHL.
You know who is in my pantheon of top? While we're on the topic of NHL, one of my top commentators, Gary Thorne. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Call this, Joe Buck. Call this, Joe Buck. Oh, no! Okay. I was just about to press that X button to kind of dive over it. Alrighty, goal line.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, that was that was a good one.
Damn it. Alright.
Best call ever. That was a really good one. Although, I am, maybe because I saw it live, but I'm partial to the, wasn't an in-game call, but when, damn it.
Thank you.
Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, I'm several inches closer now.
Was after the Avs won the Stanley Cup in 2001.
Yeah.
After 22 years, Raymond Bark!
Get in there, thank you. Sheesh. He almost didn't make it. Okay. Yeah, Ray Bork finally got his cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then they promptly retired his number.
Did the Avs retire his number?
Yeah, they retired his number. Some people criticize it because he was there for like 5 minutes. Probably the best 5 minutes of ever, but, you know. Which is one of the reasons that Cal Stanford, obviously. Yeah, Cal Stanford plays pretty legendary. Of course it is.
The band is out on the field!
You know, just the whole scene itself is something, you know.
There are some really iconic ones. You know, I will say I think one of my favorite calls of Gary Thorne's, and the thing was, he at times might go a bit monotone. And the thing with hockey is there's so much going on so quickly, it's tough to have any sort of intonation in your voice.
Right.
But it was when the Detroit Red Wings beat the St. Louis Blues back in the 90s. It was a blue line slapper by Steve Yzerman. He had this huge scream. It was just amazing. It was such a simple call, but...
There we go. Okay. For OU fans, OU's the play is the greatest. Yeah? I mean, every franchise has their greatest call ever.
Mm-hmm. This might be a bit controversial for UCF fans, but I think Adam Amin's call of the Mike Hughes kickoff return last year was better than Mark Daniels. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Mark Daniels. He's the radio play-by-play for UCF. He's worked for them for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, something about Amin's call is, "Do you believe it?" Although I will give props to Daniels on his call, because he had a really clever phrase. There are these field cabanas now on the field at Spectrum Stadium.
Yeah. Some water. Go ahead, keep talking.
And Daniels said that Hughes had a reservation for 6 in the cabanas. That was just clever. I love that. How about you, Mikey? What's your favorite call?
Gosh, I'm so sore. Popcorn?
Alright, I think so.
Yeah, this isn't really professional. Most people will do this on a podcast, but we're not most people.
We're not most people. We're regular Joes.
Just gonna have some popcorn.
Oh, thanks. I changed my mind.
In honor of Terrell Owens.
Have you ever seen the clip of the Washington State fan who was eating popcorn during a blowout loss?
Like a GIF?
It's a video. Can you pull it up on there?
I'm looking on my phone.
Non-biased either have to be Trouble with the Snap or the Minneapolis Miracle.
Mm-hmm. There's a pretty good call in the NHL. The Miracle in Manchester. When the Los Angeles Kings defeated the Edmonton Oilers in the early 80s. They were heavily favored towards the Oilers.
Mm-hmm.
The Oilers somehow lost that series to the LA Kings. It's pretty ironic because, you know, they'd have that huge trade later on. But this was during the Islanders dynasty, before the Oilers finally, put it all together. It's pretty good call.
Yeah, Mikey, I remember that one as well. I was studying for the bar exam at that time. He's talking about the Minneapolis Miracle. And studying for the bar sucks.
Unity finally got his Haters Guide to the NBA out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But studying for the bar during the NFL playoffs sucks. Really. So I had to watch the end of that because it was so close.
Right.
And we have this student lounge, which is supposed to be quiet studying. But there was a whole group of us that were just camped out around the TV, and we were all like jumping and like arms in the air. We couldn't believe what just happened. That was a crazy play.
Yeah. We're eating popcorn. Sorry.
You make
hungry for some reason.
You make no sense to me, Mikey. You go to UCI, you're an Oklahoma fan, but you're also a Vikings fan. What is it with you? You don't make any sense.
You don't make any. Yeah, actually, I want an explanation for that. Like, I'm simple. I'm from South Florida, so other than my college affiliation, but kind of, still Floridian. What was it? I was running around my first screaming the F word at my roommate who was telling me about the Saints winning. I'm simple. South Florida. Marlins, Panthers, Heat, Dolphins. College, spread out a little more. I have my secondary teams as well, Like in the American League in baseball, I have the Houston Astros. And that was last year that I adopted that. Oh, you ready to play? Let's go.
I was waiting for you.
Alrighty.
I have mine as well. Most of them are South Florida based, just because I went to my first NHL game here in Miami. I used to be a Marlins fan when I was younger.
Speaking of, we have to talk about the logo.
Oh, yeah.
But keep going.
So Panthers and hockey. But for the most part, my primary teams are in the Orlampa corridor.
Here's the explanation. Here we go. Oh, we gotta read this. Mikey's explanation for... Alrighty. I was born around there... I'm gonna fall apart. Alright, you read it.
I was born... What part of Oklahoma were you born in? I'm curious. Nice. I was born in Tulsa, so northeastern Oklahoma. So that's part of the reason why my one of my secondary college teams, I guess it would be tertiary, what is the Golden Hurricane, because not only am I from there, my sister got her undergrad degree from there.
Marisol says hi, by the way.
Oh.
Okay. So, well, hold on. Let me read this. I gotta read Mikey's story, his life story. Okay? Okay, so... Dad got his PhD there. Okay, that makes sense.
And he was born there.
Okay. Live in Cali. I'm going to California probably this week, by the way. To LA. No one that accepted me besides Fresno State. Vikings, they had Sam Bradford, Adrian Peterson's 18 once a year. Oh, that makes a lot of sense too. And I decided to pick them as my NFL team to follow. Born in OKC. Okay. Is he a Thunder fan? Are you a Thunder fan, Mikey? Dang it, I brought out this popcorn. It's so addicting. Alright. Let's keep going.
By the way, good move on your family moving from Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the whole tornado thing.
I'm not either. I've never been there.
I would recommend not being near a tornado if you could help it.
Get him. Block that. Aww.
So basically, Oklahoma players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
I can see that.
So he's more such a fan of the college that he'll have his allegiances towards those players when they move on.
Well, you've got to be kidding me. You lived in Oklahoma City and you didn't run into tornadoes? That's... If Tornado Alley was a person, that's the heart of it. That is... I don't want to say that I don't believe you, but I don't believe you. I have, however, wanted to go and chase a tornado once.
He didn't live in OKC though.
Oh, pretty close. I mean, you said you were born in OKC, in and around Norman. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, come on. How did you... all right. I don't know how. I don't know how you got through that. I'm surprised nobody... Wow, you just... Quick pass. Nice. Okay.
Update over in...
Yeah, we have to do a little sweep of the sports.
I think it's Chest Hill is what it's called.
Yeah, in Massachusetts.
Over in Chest Hill, where Boston College plays. It's 17-14 in the third with just a little over 10 minutes to go. Miami has the ball at BC at their 38. And interception, Boston College.
Well,
wait a minute.
Is it they're bringing it back?
Very close.
It's a flag?
No. That was a crazy play, though. I got to show this to you.
All right. I'll just get up and look at it.
Hopefully they show it again.
Ooh. Are they still with Rozier as a quarterback? I thought they put...
So it's like bouncing.
Oh my goodness. But they did turnover. It was a turnover though.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So they can at least get a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere out there, Doug is screaming.
Oh, Mikey. Oh, that would have been so awesome. Twister is by far one of my favorite movies.
Really?
I'm from Oklahoma, dude.
It's your national... It's your state movie.
That is the state movie.
It's the state movie. Well, Florida would be either Scarface or Bad Boys.
Something like that. I mean, technically the state movie as well as the state song is Oklahoma. Which makes sense. It's literally named after the state. But in a close second, I think would be Twister.
Alright, ready? Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta pick a play. Yeah, whatever. We'll just move 5 feet back. 5 yards back.
What did your dad get his PhD in, if I may ask?
Yeah, now that we're delving into the life of Mikey.
Oklahoma. I think it's required that everyone who was born in or spent at least 1 second in Oklahoma as a resident has to know that song by heart and can recite it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It can recite it at like a pop quiz almost.
It's the one law that's North Korea-esque.
My
dear Lord. No, not the...
No. I know. I was making sure that it went through.
Theoretical atomic physics. Dear Lord. Alrighty. Well, I suddenly feel really dumb as a lawyer. Mm-hmm. With you and I both with our JDs over here talking nonsense in front of guys with robes. This man could literally take us to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Although he could theoretically take us to the moon.
Makes sense. He's a theoretical physicist.
Ah, Mikey, so you must be very good with math.
Okay.
Right, I can dig it.
You should immediately apply to be part of the sabermetrics team of a Major League franchise.
Someone tackle him!
Speaking of Major League Baseball, the Marlins. So, Derek Jeter, like I basically messaged Doug and Andrew when it happened, that when the news broke that Derek Jeter is actively seeking and will change the Marlins logo. Okay? 2 times 3 equals 6. Boom. That the Marlins will be changing the logo. I immediately sent a message to both of them saying that Jeter finally did it. He saved the franchise, which I still believe he did by this move. Now then, after that broke, then the leaks came out. Well, but it likely are leaks of what I'm hoping is happening is this is kind of like a planned leak, let's say.
Right.
Where somebody is someone in the Marlins is actively gauging the interest within the public.
I hope so too, because that logo sucks with a capital S.
There's 4 of them. Well, actually, there's really 3 of them, but one of them is, differently colored. One more?
Yes, please.
One of them is differently colored. So one of them is the color scheme that I like, teal, black, white, and silver. Unfortunately, the logo looks very, very amateurish.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a stock. Not even a stock. It's probably below. So probably like clip art. Probably like a clip art fish hat logo or something. Like a fishing hat logo, which I don't think the team should really try and do. That shouldn't be the angle that they're going for in South Florida. Okay, even though fishing's huge down here, deep sea fishing.
I've seen these mock-ups. They're just absolutely gorgeous, and I would be thrilled to death if those were the ones used. There was one that took the old logo, the old F logo, and just kind of recreated it as an M.
Right.
There was one that took the current M, turned it gray or silver or whatever.
Right.
And then just put the fish on there. The old fish. And like,
okay.
Keep it simple. It's a good mix of both. You've got the old and you've got the new.
I mean, I want them to stray away from anything from this past era with the current look.
Me too.
Like everything. Even the M logo, the Maroon 5 logo. Because, or basically the W Hotel logo, but upside down. I know what font it is too, actually. But
really?
Yeah, because I downloaded it before. After they switched. But, there's the graphic design in me. Not atomic physics, but, graphic design. Okay, so, what was it? Excuse me. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
And back at maybe a little bit of a few inches. Just stray away from all of that. Go back to the old color scheme. Teal, black, white, and silver with a hint of the orange, okay? And I don't mind the current orange shade. It's actually unique in sports and baseball. It actually pops, really. I actually really do like it. There was one thing Jeffrey Loria got right. It was that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they could modernize the original logo. I, want them to be the Florida Marlins of Miami, but, just take that of that's not being used by the Angels anymore and just stick it on our team. But it won't happen. There's a contractual obligation to have Miami in the name. BT Dubs. Oh, no!
Get it!
Another
one with the same guy!
Oh, my God. Now you have to look him up. Actually, do it. Look him up. Who's number 45 on the, I'm assuming 2000-2001 Hawaii Warriors football team? Let's see who he is. Maybe he made it to the NFL. Maybe he has wife and kids. Maybe he's an astrophysicist.
Let's see, 2001 football roster. And it's from the official Hawaii website.
Wow.
They didn't have that with the last school we looked up.
Which was Nebraska, right? Or something like that?
Something like that.
So, continuing on, the Marlins, I think, could modernize that original fish logo. Maybe kind of... I would like a mix of what the Panthers did, not completely what the Dolphins did, because I think we should avoid anything the Dolphins are doing from just on principle. But I could see the Marlin be a little more sleeker, maybe a little more slightly fierce looking. Maybe like an angry eye, like the San Jose Sharks or something.
Right.
I mean, there's not much you can do with the Marlin. The one mock-up with the M, that's kind of like italicized with the fish kind of not actually kind of coming towards you in a sense.
Right.
I actually kind of do like that, and the fish actually looks more anatomically correct. Like it looks slightly more realistic, but it's more of a silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
I could see doing that, but not the silhouette angle more. I'd like to see some detail on it, see its eye, see its coloring.
Right.
I mean, there are black marlins. There's different marlin species, so they could technically look at different ones and see which one they could go with. And I actually did look this up. What's the difference between the sailfish, a swordfish, and a marlin? And there is a difference between they're all kind of within the same family.
Really?
There's anatomically, there's stuff that's different between them. And we've gone from atomic astrophysics to fish anatomy, but that's exactly what we do here. But I kind of like that. I think they could switch the M to something. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Oh, and just a side note.
But I don't think black, was it black, blue, and red, which was that color scheme. That's way. It's out of the realm of the teams that are down here, really. Mm-hmm. Which I think they should, kind of align themselves with. Like the Marlins have always kind of looked like the Dolphins,
right?
And then the Heat and the Panthers have that red motif together. So it's
Neither could I, Mikey, which is unfortunate. I couldn't find a number 45.
Oh, looking up this guy's name?
Yeah.
Where he was.
Oh, well.
What he did and how he's doing.
My guess is he's probably some kind of a salesman.
I mean, what position is he playing?
Defensive end.
Yeah, that's probably true. He's probably a salesman someplace. All right, number 45. Whoever you are, you got 2 fumble recoveries in NFL 2K2. Or NCAA 2K2. Road to the Rose Bowl with Drew Brees on the cover.
And if that isn't noteworthy, I don't know what is.
It's quite an honor.
Oh, and speaking of Miami teams just doing poorly.
Yay.
Miami is full hurricaning right now.
I like that verb.
Hurricaning?
Yeah. Block it. Nope.
That was a perfect kick.
Yeah.
They're stuck inside their own 15. Or actually, I think they're inside their own 10. No, they are exactly on the 10-yard line.
I wonder who they started that game with. Because if it was N'Kosi Perry and then they went to Rozier, then
interception.
They got an interception. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. No, like seriously.
I gotta text Doug. Give me a second.
And the funny thing is, leading up to that play,
I am texting Doug right now. Dude, football is dead for you. It's kind of dead for me. The Seminoles aren't that great this year. But I got the Owls. What happened to the Owls?
14-13 with 9:35 left in the fourth.
So they're down by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And La Tech has the ball.
So they gotta get a stop and actually start driving down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Lane Kiffin. Don't let me down.
Touchdown, BC.
Oh, the Seminoles losing by 1 point really hurt, but this is
just
it kind of makes it sweeter in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of does. Hold on, Doug is texting me.
Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
You guys play tomorrow?
No, we're on bye.
You're on bye. I think Florida State's on bye too.
Tough opponent in bye.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the last 2 weeks...
Oh, this Doug is... It's been going for a while. I think he's got a lot to say.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I can't wait. I am so excited.
We'll be sure to bring you the highlights of what he says.
Oh. It wasn't that long, but it is this. FIU is my last beacon of hope. First in Conference USA East.
Which is true. So, there is a...
Go Panthers.
If they beat FAU, if FIU beats FAU, they have a good shot.
Oh, that's true.
And that's next week at home for FIU.
Wow.
The Shula Bowl.
The Shula Bowl.
The winner of that game, and I'll have to look at the standings, but I think the winner of that game is going to win the East. It'll be the first time that FIU's won the East since 2010, if ever.
Yeah. I'll be torn that game, that's for sure. If I even remember that it's on. I should. I should probably pay more attention to that. Cause
I only have one dog in that fight, so...
Yeah. Go Cats.
Oops.
Alrighty, got some actual positive yardage. Okay, come on. Maybe the worse I do with Law Tech, the better they do on the actual field. So I actually need to improve. I actually should improve my play here. So let's get it together, guys. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Get it. Come on. Okay. All right.
Computer is running really slow.
Oh yeah. All right, Doug.
What did Doug have to say?
I'm gonna. I put you aren't completely dead.
What'd he say?
No, I'm waiting for his response.
Oh.
Get up.
Dang it.
Thank you.
I'm trying my best not to curse.
Gosh darn it. Don't worry. There are plenty of YouTubers who have said a lot worse live, that's for sure.
I know, but still.
Yeah. Try to keep it family friendly.
Oh, I just realized. Fun story. So, Alabama's current quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa. Excellent.
I should have just thrown it away. Sheesh, I really Ryan Tannehill that.
And he has a younger brother who's a senior in high school, who I think his name is Talia Tagovailoa.
Okay.
He's currently playing. His family moved with Tua to Alabama from Hawaii.
Okay.
So
Hawaii must be kicking themselves right now.
Right. And UCF's quarterback is from Hawaii. Oh wow, there's 2 more CFB games today. Wyoming, Colorado State in a half an hour.
Yay.
And Utah, UCLA in an hour.
UCLA, okay.
And then arguably that can be disputed now because of Nick Saban, but Paul Bear Bryant is considered to be the greatest head coach in Alabama history.
Yeah.
His, I think, great-grandson is also a quarterback in Alabama, and he is a...
He's going to be recruited by Auburn?
He's a commit to Alabama, as is Talia Tagovailoa. They're playing tonight against each other.
Oh, cool.
Miss it. Miss it.
And it just
I think it went in.
got through, yeah.
Yep. Just barely.
Alrighty. So hopefully that bodes well for FAU during their game. That reverse luck. Alright. Before this kickoff, I want to run through some scores here. No, Siri. I do not want to talk to you. Okay? I can look at scores on my own. Alright, so the Lightning did defeat the Golden Knights 3-2.
Excellent.
So that sucks for me, but does not suck for you.
Why does that suck for you?
Because you guys keep getting points. Getting away from the Panthers.
That's true.
It's 1-0 LA in the 5th inning. How did they get that 1-0? Let me see. A home run by Jock Peterson. 408 feet to right.
Wow. Heck of a drive.
Yeah. The Brooklyn Nets are up 85-83 on the Pelicans out in New Orleans. There's the third quarter. The Bucks are just destroying the Wolves right now. 90-63 in the third. It's only the third quarter. The Warriors are up by 13 points in the fourth quarter. 4:34 left against the Knicks. The Rockets are losing right now to the Clippers out in Houston, 73-69, 8:59 in the third, so plenty of time for that. The Raptors are up 10 points in the fourth with 6:44 left. Now make that 8 points over the Mavericks. The Jets have tied the game against the Wings out in Detroit. 1-1. Oh, did you see that the manhole covers near Little Caesars Arena look like pizzas? That is awesome. If you're gonna go corporate sponsor, have some fun with it, please. Like that. Even though I know the Red Wings family, the Illich family owns Little Caesars. 1-1. So hopefully Winnipeg can get another goal and kind of lock down the Red Wings so they don't get any points. It's 3-3 out in Raleigh with the Hurricanes tied with the Sharks. How are the Senators winning? I'm hoping this is just like beginning of the season type of nonsense, but it's 2-0 Ottawa over Colorado out in Denver in the first. FAU has the ball with 6:50 left in the fourth. They just need they have to score, and I don't know if they even go for two. Would you do it? If you were FAU and you scored, would you go for two to tie the game? Or would you try and, with 6:13 left in the game, it's 3rd and 12 right now, so they got now it's 4th and 6. And on the Louisiana Tech 36. Gosh.
I don't know if I would go for two, since there's so much time left.
Yeah, but, I mean, now that it's 4th and 6 at the 36. So, Doug has texted me back, finally. For FIU, we need to get College Game Day on campus and play primetime 8 p.m. on ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they would love to put a Conference USA game on there.
Well, back in the day, when UCF was there, ESPN showed the conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they still do, actually.
So that is the rundown of the scores right now. Some good games out here. That Pelicans-Nets game is actually pretty good. That Wings-Jets game. And that Sharks-Hurricanes game. And hopefully FAU can... Wait, did they convert? Or did they... Oh, they went for it. And they did not convert. So Louisiana Tech has the ball on their 36. So it's looking like FAU may not have a shot unless they can get a turnover or something that can kind of turn the tides here. Now the Senators have a power play. Gosh, this is making me upset.
We haven't been playing for a while, so I think we should get back to
I know.
To the main reason
we're still
why
in
we're
the
here.
third. We're still in the third quarter in this game.
I'd like to get this. Not that it's going to happen, but it'd be cool to get this game over by. Whoa!
10 o'clock.
Interception by Miami.
I at least want to play us through that score of that game, so I can gloat. Oof.
At one of these points, Mikey, I'd like you to call play for me. I may not get to it immediately, but
Get him. Come on. Gosh, Louisiana Tech, what was your record for 2000 and 2001 season?
well, if we get this thing more established, we should, quote-unquote, hire a research assistant to do the stuff, maybe even Mikey, to look up what are records.
Who's who, what players are what, where are they now?
We need a...
The where are they now is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff.
Like, hey, this guy went on to create the air fryer. I don't know. The George Foreman of college football. Okay, so Louisiana Tech in 2000-2001 was 17-12. They were third in the Sun Belt East, and their coach was named Keith Richard.
Keith Richard?
Yeah.
Sure, Mikey. Just pick a call, any call.
Okay. That's the end of the third.
What's the CUSA East standings right now?
Conference USA East. Well, other than FIU, who we know is in
Well,
first.
what's the standings?
Yeah, who's behind them? Who do we have to look out for?
All right.
I'm going to ask Doug, what would be your sign if college football game day did come to FIU?
See if you can find a play-action bootleg with a root or two going over the middle of the field. I'll see if I can.
I think you're asking too much from this Dreamcast game. And
Wide open! Oh my!
Get him! Oh, come on! This is the second time I've given up 40 points. I'm not good at this football thing. We'll play NFL Blitz next time. At the very least, it can break your arms and set you on fire or something.
Well, you actually almost tackled me, but I ran over you. I literally ran over you. I think I'm getting the hang of this game now.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think FAU's gonna take this one. Sorry, Francisco.
Yeah, I know.
It's under 4 minutes to go. 21-13, La Tech.
Unfortunate owls.
How far behind is MTSU from FIU? Well, I'm surprised that FAU is doing so poorly this year. They came in with incredibly high expectations.
Yeah, very much hyped.
They had the second longest winning streak in the country behind UCF. And they just kind of
Pooped the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's just growing pains for the program. Did I ever tell you my cousin played for FAU?
Really?
Yeah. Well, he's technically not my cousin because there's no actual real blood relation, but
Might as well.
Might as well be my cousin. No, I consider him my cousin. Okay. Yeah, he played for FAU back when the program was starting. Really. He's a huge Hurricanes fan, so he played for Schnellenberger, right? Yeah, because he started that program.
Yeah, he did.
And
hey!
No, is that number 45?
No, not this time.
Yeah. What is it?
Are you serious?
Wow.
No! Are you kidding me?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so these are Doug's. These are Doug's signs for if college football game they ever came to Miami for an FIU game. Okay, one is Rory for Heisman. Rory is the FIU Panthers mascot, and you'll get a kick out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Or a big picture of Scotty Norbs. Okay, so we have our contracts professor, Scott Norberg, who is probably one of the most awesome human beings in this entire planet. Like, he is a legit smart dude, legit awesome attorney, legit great teacher.
And he's funny. He has
funny.
He has a bowling team with other either lawyers or law professors.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. It's called Motion to Strike. Motions to Strike.
It's fantastic.
And each year we do an auction to help a student pay stipends for students who are going to work in public interest, such as for judges,
really
for
good nonprofit.
Yeah, it's great. And a lot of professors donate experiences with them, like, for instance, a dinner with the dean of the law school,
Professor Baker's brunch,
a brunch with the head honcho con law professor, and then Scotty Norbs does a bowling night each year, and the winner gets a Motions to Strike bowling shirt, customized with their name on it.
Yep. Also, massive Tar Heels fan. Massive UNC Tar Heels fan. I remember talking to him.
I had him for sales back when they lost the championship in basketball, and he was not happy. But then he was very happy when they won the next year.
Yeah. So I remember talking to him outside of school. I guess I was on my way to the parking lot, and so was he. And so I was asking him what he was going to do. And so he's like, yeah, I have like this teleconference thing for, like some article or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be playing the Tar Heels game in the background. Thank you.
My controller's not working. It's like sliding my players down.
Oh, the dead zone probably. I have to fix that. But you're already destroying me anyways. He's like, yeah, I'm going to watch the Tar Heels game. And in the background, I'm like, that's what I want to be in the future. That'll be me. Ugh. Just nothing I could throw to.
So wait, Mikey, he was only there for 1 year?
Who?
Schnellenberger.
Yeah, I think he was for probably 1 year. Just to start the program.
No, OU he's talking about.
Oh, at OU, okay. Well, no, he was at the FAU for a bit. I know that. But, yeah, my cousin's a huge Hurricanes fan, so I'm pretty sure he was, like, super excited just to even play for Schnellenberger.
Oh, I'm sure.
Even if FAU was going to get their butts handed to them every game, but still. You know, playing with the guy who basically put Miami on the map.
Mm-hmm. That's very Petrino-esque of him.
He didn't crash a motorcycle though.
That's true.
Ooh.
So yeah, we have a lot of characters in our law school.
That was the most fun part of law school, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were the characters.
It helps. It's a small school. It's only a total attendance of 400.
Come on, guy, get your hands up there.
It's only a total of attendance of about 400 students.
Oklahoma lost to both Kansas and Kansas State that season he was there. Well,
who did they tie?
That's one way to lose your job.
If Oklahoma lost to Kansas now, I think that would be grounds for execution.
Ugh. Trying to make a big play. And you know what? It's the fourth quarter. I'm down by $4 billion. I might as well go for it.
Alrighty. Woo!
That's probably where I would have had to punt. Actually, it would have been better than actually punting, to be honest.
Right.
Actually, further downfield. Okay.
They tied number 18 Texas.
Okay.
1 second.
Oh, that's a terrible Red River rivalry. Huh?
PA boot.
You tying the game like that? What happened? You tied the game? Like you're not. Nobody gets to gloat that season,
Yeah.
really.
Do they saw the golden hat in half?
Yeah. Do they let the baseball teams fight for it? I could see that being a thing. Oh, we tied. Well, I guess we'll have the baseball teams play it out. Okay, lost to OK State 0-12, and Nebraska 0-37 to end the season, which made them bowl ineligible.
Ouch.
Woof.
Well, that was back when, I'm assuming that was back when Nebraska was actually a good team.
Yeah, they're terrible. Sheesh, what happened to that program, dude? Like...
They just got cocky. Pure and simple.
But, I mean, everything fell off. Recruiting, like, everything. Like, they just can't... And injury. But, who's injured? Probably a guy on my team.
Probably. I don't know what he's doing, but...
That's not, I don't know. They didn't show who it was. Probably wasn't important at this point in the game. It doesn't matter who was injured.
Schnellenberger noped out of Oklahoma.
Became a bond salesman. Nebraska was number 1 at the time. Always started the season at 14. Oof.
I like your phrasing there. He noped. I'm going to use that from now on with your permission. Why do you take so long?
He needs to really think about that kick. And you got it. 49.
We want 50. We want 50.
Well, I'm not going to do an onside kick like the Dolphins, that's for sure. Oh, no, you're kicking, obviously. But, oh, well, you could do... Actually, aren't you... You are doing an onside kick.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you picked one.
I've always been terrible at onside kicks in video games. Always.
Yeah, me too. I've never been able to... I don't think I've had one successful onside kick in a video game. And the only way I can get in a successful touchdown return is if I create a player with 99 stats and just make him the ultimate guy, you know? Which I love doing, by the way. Do you ever do that? I'm sure everybody does that. They create a player that's just absolutely...
Stacked?
Yeah. Just for the sake of... just for the sake of, you know...
Wow, that's
like
oddly specific. He's out for one play with the wind knocked out of him.
Okay. Who? Number 91, you said?
I forget.
Well, wasn't any of those guys.
You know, I forget what ties FIU has to... Wait, Shula. That's not Schnellenberger. Idiot.
Uh-huh. I mean, neither team really has any ties to Don Shula. It's just the fact that, you know, legendary Dolphins coach, and you got to name something after. Well, a lot of things after him, and we have the expressway here named after him.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the roads surrounding Sun Life is named after him. You know, that one and Dan Marino Boulevard. There's a current campaign to get Dwayne Wade a part of Biscayne Boulevard.
That'd be good.
I can see it happening. I mean, it'll still be called Biscayne, probably. You know, they just have the name underneath it.
Right.
I'm sure that kind of section where the American Airlines Arena is would be appropriate.
Well, like where I'm from in Kissimmee, up north, the main road is called... There's a main kind of road through that area called 192, US 192.
Again? Number 35 again.
Can he go all the way?
You're going to get your 50? The quarterback!
Darn it.
There we go. You can still get the field goal, though.
Oh, I'm going for 6.
Are you really?
Are you kidding?
Oh, what's Mike saying? There's a mural on the campus of OU with nearly every football coach who was at the program, even the worst coach in OU's history, John Blake. The only person on the mural, Schnellenberger. Wow.
Well, FAU has more or less officially lost.
Yeah.
Yes, they... Ooh, we gave him the Gatorade bath. The La Tech coach.
What? Schnellenberger was at UM, and then he went to the USFL, if I remember correctly, which didn't work out at all. So after leaving UM, he made not so many great choices, other than starting FAU's program.
Well, in the USFL's defense, it was going to be successful. It's just poorly executed.
Yeah.
Running plays are not working. See what's going on in the Miami game. Miami is actually doing something right now.
Oh, okay. 4th and goal. All right, guys. If I'm gonna do one thing, it's gotta be this.
No!
Yeah.
No! Darn it!
We were successful in one thing. Unless we turn it over again right now.
So, Mikey, would you say that Schnellenberger is universally hated at OU? I didn't even know he was a coach there.
Ugh.
My computer froze.
Really? I mean, I got the thing here, so I'm watching.
Oh, now it's back, I think. I thought I intercepted it for a moment.
That would have been hilarious.
Hilarious. Absolutely.
All right. Yes, thank you.
Even John Blake has his supporters. I don't know why, but they exist. Oh, that was a good laugh.
Oh, yes! Go, go, go. Hey now. Thank you. Alrighty. Did something right, finally. But you get the ball back.
That is true.
So... I'm going to go for 2.
Because why not?
Yeah. Get up there. Alrighty. Alrighty. So...
Well, the good news is, if I can score a minimum of 1 more point, and I leave you to your current score, I will have doubled you up. Which is always fun. Odd scoring game. I wonder if that would be scoregami if this was the NFL.
Alright, get him. There we go.
Mikey, have you heard about scoregami?
106 left. I haven't.
It's John Boyce.
Oh, yes.
He came up with this thing called scoregami, which is...
He had a video, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Which is...
Vaguely remember. Thank you.
Which is, for the lack of a better term, scores that have not ever happened in NFL history. So he went and tracked every single NFL game in existence that has ever happened.
That's a lot of time on your hands.
That's his job.
Yeah, which is great. And a sack. Your player of the game is number 8 wide receiver.
I'm just going to go ahead and assume that he's on my team.
Yeah.
And it's kind of picked up from there. Somebody has a Twitter account where it tracks every NFL score, and if there's a score that has never happened before...
And no, he's already got it. Mike is on top of it, that's for sure. Yeah.
Good call, good catch on that one, Mikey.
Thank you. Oh, come on! Get him! Wow. Timeout. On the left.
Debating whether to. No.
There's 37 seconds left.
Because it's the first down.
Yeah, it's first down.
Give me spike ball.
So this score has never actually happened. There's a website that keeps track. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Mikey, I tried looking for the play that you wanted me to call, but I couldn't find anything.
Like I said, he might have been asking a little too much from this going on, 16-year-old Dreamcast game. Dear God, I'm old. Gosh, I remember wanting this on my Dreamcast when I was in just starting high school.
You are freaking old. You're a dinosaur.
Yeah. I don't act it, but I am. Oh, and the cleaning crew's here. So we're about to end this. So let's go. You know it's late when the cleaning crew is already here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Darn it. I wanted 50. You're actually, like, playing well now.
Yeah, came at the last 3 minutes of the game, but, you know. Okay. But yeah, this has been a good podcast.
Yeah, it was.
We were more natural. We have more stuff on the overlay. Mikey was very involved. We love you, Mike. Okay, and he's obviously. We now know his life story. And and yeah. So. At some point, they're going to realize that we're here all the time. This should be like our day, our Fridays. Yeah. So.
I do think it should be Fridays, to be honest.
And the final interception to really put this away. Oh, no. Are you... No.
Well, I got my 50.
There it is.
I got my 50.
55-25.
How about that one, Mikey? How about 55-25?
Alrighty, so we talked a lot about a lot of stuff, so this was fun, Andrew, and we got Mikey involved, we got Doug involved as well.
By proxy.
Oh no, I'm gonna chop up the clips on Twitch and send it to him.
NFL Scoregami, yes. Woohoo!
I think that's a good note to end on. Thank you, everyone. This is FCOGR and Dampfrijoles.
Or how do you say it in Spanish?
Mojado beans. Can like, comment, share, and subscribe. We have a Patreon page, but nobody's gonna donate to that crap. We're on everything now, so you can find us. I'll share it like forever, a lot of this stuff, and I'll chop it up and have the clips on Twitch. So everyone have a good night and good evening. Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.